How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to Canterbury High School. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. This is Tim Atkinson. I'll be calling your play-by-play. Jake Atkinson on the camera. Thank you for checking us out here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe for all of our full game videos and highlights. We are in Canterbury Gym, as I mentioned. This is a battle of 3A schools. Fort Wayne, Canterbury here, a independent. Norwell plays out of the Northeast 8 Conference. Norwell comes in, coached by Eric Thornton in his 19th year. They come in 2-0, coming off a big win at SAC. Member Wayne Lady Generals. They come in to face the 3A 2-3 Lady Cavaliers, coached by John Beckman in his first year. He has coached 6 years overall, 57 and 54. They do come in 2-3, coming off a loss at Marion just 2 days ago. But as I mentioned, Norwell, very impressive. They've beaten two Summit Athletic Conference members here in the early going. Beat Dwenger at home 60-55, and at Wayne, we did get that game. You can see that on our YouTube channel as they shut down the talented sophomore Jamari Tyson and Sartorius, led by Casey Strong and the outstanding player Stephanie Conrad. We'll throw you down to the PA announcement for the national anthem and the starting lineups.
These athletes have trained hard to prepare to compete, and while they invite you to enjoy the game, they also remind you that this space is an athlete development zone. It belongs to the athletes, and they ask that you respect that by cheering and supporting their efforts in a spirit of fair play and good sportsmanship. Thank you for your cooperation. At this time, please rise for the national anthem. And now the starting lineup for the Lady Knights. Number 12, Mackenzie Sawyer. Number 14, Madison Dunn. Number 24, Stephanie Conrad. Number 32, Quinn Shelton. Number 34, Casey Strong. Norwell is coached by Eric Thornton. And now the starting lineup for your Canterbury Lady Cavaliers. Number 3, Elena Roncos. Number 5, Mason Van Houten. Number 21, Sydney Hearn. Number 23, Alexa Habig. Number 30, Lily Peters. Canterbury is coached by John.
So there it is, your starting lineups. Starters for the Norwell Lady Knights: number 12, Mackenzie Sawyer; number 14, Madison Dunnick; 24, Stephanie Conrad; 32, Quinn Shelton; 34, the point guard, Casey Strunk. She's an outstanding player for the Canterbury Lady Cavaliers. Number 3, Elena Rongos; 5, Mason Van Houten; number 21, Sydney Hearn; 23, Alexa Habig; number 30, Lily Peters. There's your starting 5 here at Canterbury High School for this battle of 3A schools. Keep an eye on Stephanie Conrad, number 24, and as I mentioned, number 34, Casey Strunk. Great 1-2 punch for Coach Thornton and the Lady Knights. On the other side, Mason Van Houten, the junior, number 5, outstanding shooter. Look for her to try to light it up here against Coach Thornton. Here's Strong from the top of the key. Canterbury starts out in a kind of a 2-1-2 zone. We'll call it a 2-3. Van Houten and number 30, Lily Peters at the top of that. There's Conrad. Took an extra step, runner, no good. Here comes Van Houten with the left hand. She'll pull up from the wing for 3, no good. And rebounded by number 12, Mackenzie Sawyer. Here's Strunk in the last contest against Wayne. Did not score, but had over 10 points and rebounds. Controlled the game against the young General squad as that 3 ball's missed by the Knights, and cannot save it. Will go to the Cavaliers. So 8-minute quarters played here in high school girls basketball in Indiana. No shot clock. Trap here at the midcourt line. Did get rid of it, goes down low to Hearn. Hearn loses control, tries to toss it out to the wing, and that does get kicked. We'll stay on the Canterbury side. Still no score here this evening. Coach Thornton's got to be super excited with his 2-0 start. Miscommunication. Van Houten will track that down, but Strunk will put the pressure on. Good pressure defense. They're going to call a block. Tough call against Casey Strunk, the senior. First team foul for Norwell. Out of bounds, Van Houten. There's that trap, 2-1-2 trap. Van Houten, the top of the key, takes it in the lane, throws it up, no good. Rebounded by Conrad. Out near side. It's Dunnick. Watch Conrad to make a living in that opening at the, right there it is, immediately. Stephanie Conrad flashed right into the top of the post. Got the feed, and that's the soft opening in that 2-3 zone. Hearn, the sophomore, picks up her first, Canterbury's first. Strong, top of the key. Strong, Conrad. Good smothering defense by Canterbury, but can't keep it on that loose. Strunk, short corner that time to Shelton. Skip pass, 3 ball, no good. And rebounded by Van Houten off the tip of Habig. They're gonna go to Habig. She's wide open on the wing from 3. That one is good. Alexa Habig, the senior, knocks down the 3 ball, and that's the first points of the game. Dunnick, Conrad, this time flash to the top of the key. Ball put up by Sawyer, and that one's answered. Madison Dunnick answers that 3. We're tied up at 3. Ball's kicked out. We'll stay with Canterbury. 5:32 remaining in the first quarter. This is Summit City Sports, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. There is Habig, Van Houten. Nice cross skip pass here to Habe for another three. No good. Van Houten with their second board. Double teamed on the far side. Does find a teammate in Hearn. Drops it down to Habe. Look for the cross lane pass, which is a dangerous one. That's picked off. Here comes Shelton. Shelton goes coast to coast with the right hand scoop layup. Just couldn't get it to go. And that time, Coach Beckman will get a timeout to talk it over, slow his team down just a bit. Here this.
Everybody get on your feet and yell with the band. Go Big Blue.
But this is Summit City Sports brought to you by Parkview Hospital. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, free of course, for all of our full game videos and highlights. Don't hesitate to drop us a line via email, social media at 260 Sports. We're on Facebook. T. Atkinson at summitcitysports.com if you want to email me. Well, that's our first time out on the court, 5:02. We're tied up at 3. Had a 3-ball by Habig and also by Denick. Habig will inbound to Van Houten. Van Houten with the shiny sneaks. Van Houten, Habig. Good press break, but that time Shelton with her length got a piece of it. Good hesitation, but threw it up wildly. Conrad with her another rebound, and she'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot a pair. That's Van Houten's first. That's one player they cannot afford to get in foul trouble for Coach Beckman. As Conrad heads the line. First one, front rim's no good. We stay at 3-3. We're under 5 minutes in this first quarter. Conrad lines up the second and nails it. 1 for 2 from the line. Pulls the lead 2-1 for Norwell. It's going to be a turnover on Van Houten. Just dribbled out of bounds that time. Turnover. Strong. He's going to start it. Look for Conrad to flash. Sawyer. Strunk. Conrad flashes. They find her. And a quick move, no hesitation there by Stephanie Conrad. Saw the lane on the angle and did not hesitate to knock it in. But it did get knocked away as Shelton comes out. Great defense played by Quinn Shelton. This ball will be inbounds underneath the basket by Strunk. Good pin, and they go back to Strunk, and that's going to be a foul on Habig. Good play that time. Strunk inbound right away. Roller dropped it right back down. Nice little bunny by Conrad off the inbound play. That's her third point. Great assist that time by Strunk off the inbound. Here's this trap. Van Houten tipped away, but grabbed nicely by Peters, but thrown away. Here comes Norwell. Pass over to Strunk. Strunk's going to pull it back out. Good. Pump fake. Layup good. Casey Strunk isn't going to have 2 games where she doesn't score a point. I can guarantee you that. And she just showed you. Rongo, Habig, Van Houten. Pump fake. And 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Hearn. Poked away by Norwell again. Hearn in the corner. They're going to set it back out. Here's Van Houten. Van Houten's double teamed every time she touches the ball up top. Hearn. And Habig for 3. Same spot she made one. No good. 1 for 3 now. Here comes Strunk. Strunk takes it all the way right past, but can't get it up high enough over the rim. And here come the Lady Cavs. Van Houten got a stop ball. And they do, but they're going to call a blocking foul. As the Norwell fans wanted to travel on Van Houten that time. That call is on Conrad. Sawyer will come out. Lindy Dial does check in. There's Van Houten. Strunk closes the gap. Can't give her much space. Takes the screen from Hearn. Strunk went underneath the screen, and Van Houten made her pay. Van Houten with the 3 ball, her first points of the game, 8-6. Conrad, Strunk from the wing, roller. Strunk, Conrad flashes in the paint, finds him perfectly. Strunk, great ball movement by Norwell. 3 ball, good. Kaylee Roller with her first 3. 11-6. There's your score. Habig in the corner is Peters. No good. Rebounded by Rongos. Habig, Van Houten got to get on her. Strunk does. Van Houten loves to go with that dribble drive on the right side of the lane as Hearn launches one from about 18. No good. Knocked away and saved by Canterbury, but into Norwell. Here comes number 22, Courtney Beer. Beer, look at that pass to Conrad. Conrad hesitated, but couldn't get it up with the left hand, and we'll get a foul called on number 21, Sydney Hearn. That's the team's 3rd. We will be 1-1 at the 7th team foul and the double bonus at the 10th. That's Strunk taking the seat with her squad up 11-6. 2:02 remaining here in this first quarter. Look for Beer. She can launch it from there. Look at that arc and backspin. No good. Unlucky on that bounce. Here's Van Houten. Van Houten, Peters. Had James check down low. Van Houten. Brittany James there at the free throw line. Van Houten wants a screen. Takes it. Step back, pull 3. Good. Number 5, Mason Van Houten, her second 3 of the game. Pulls her squad within 2 minutes and a half. Pump fake, but got to travel. Didn't get the ball down quick enough from the referee before that pivot foot left the court. Turnover Norwell, back to Canterbury, minute and a half. Down 11-9 here at home against the number 8 ranked in Class 3A, Norwell Knights. Trap and taken away by Norwell. Have numbers, takes it all the way to the cup with the right hand, scoop good. Roller with her 5th. 13 as Conrad grabs a loose ball off the Shelton hands. We'll lob to Shelton. Shelton had Conrad, and they're going to get a foul called on number 23. That's Alexa Habig. He's going to get the foul. That will send Shelton to the line to shoot a pair. Minute 02, 13-9, make it 14-9 on the Conrad free throw. 1 for 3 here in the early going from the charity stripe. Dunnick back in. Starters all back in for Coach Thornton. Sawyer, Dunnick, Conrad, Shelton, and Strunk. Shelton. Drains that one. So 2 free throws for Shelton. As they're going to foul called. Got caught reaching in the cookie jar, and that's Casey Strunk's 2nd. That's a huge, huge foul. Their team 3rd. Here's Van Houten. James couldn't grab it. Van Houten, step back 3. Beautiful shot. You see the skill there. Her 3rd 3 of the first quarter. 9 of the 15. That ball's put up and good. 17-12. Steal by Beer. Turn it right over to Rangos. Peters in the corner. No good. That's long. Rangos can't get the board. And they're going to get a foul called by the near side referee on a call underneath the basket. They're going to call that on Rangos. That's the 6th team foul for the Lady Cavs. 1 more and the Norwell Knights are in the bonus, but 19 seconds. Conrad from the top of the key. Dunnick. Sawyer. Back to Dunnick for 3. Good. Everybody getting to the action here for Norwell. 5 seconds, they're up 20-12. Split the defense, find Peters again. She's got to knock one of these down, and long on the shot. 20-12 is your score. Norwell Lady Knights on top of the Lady Cavs here this evening. Mason Van Houten, the story for Canterbury. 9 of the 12 points for Canterbury. More of a balanced scoring attack for Coach Thornton's Norwell Lady Knights. Sawyer with 3, Dunnick with 3, Roller with 5, Conrad with 3, Shelton with a pair of free throws, Casey Strunk with a deuce. We set 20-12. Norwell with their biggest lead of this game. But you can see the outstanding talent by Van Houten keeping her Lady Cavs in this contest. Well, the top 5 returning players for the News Sentinel announced today. We're ready to start our second quarter. 3 more 8-minute periods for you here. Ball will be out to Canterbury, down 20-12. Van Houten is that 1-3-1 press, trap, let's call it, almost an over and back, very close. Skip pass, Peters, hesitation, wrong goes. Good drop pass to Peters, look to James, and Conrad was there to knock it away. Van Houten, 2 defenders come right at her, then they both leave and she takes it to the cup but can't get the floater to go. Hands it back to Van Houten, nice play, 3 ball. Mason Van Houten with her 4th 3 of the game, pulls her squad within 5. What a shooter. Another great shooter we'll get to see is McLaughlin from Homestead. This Friday at Canterbury. Van Houten left alone, no good. Dangerous to leave that shooter alone as we got a timeout on the court. Coach Thornton unhappy with the defensive transition defense that time. 15-20. Canterbury down here at home against the number 8 ranked Lady Knights. So Van Houten comes out and buries a 3, they miss another one, but continually to get open looks. That's got to change for Coach Thornton, and that is the reason he took that TO. Back to the hardwood now, Norwell leading Canterbury 20-15, just under 7 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Ball comes in to the backup point. That's number 20, Kaylee Roller. She did have 5 points in that first quarter. Casey Strunk is straddled with 2 fouls here in the early going, is on the bench. Good dribble, drive in, kick, good! Mackenzie Sawyer drains her second 3 of the game. Push the lead back out to 8, 23-15. Good skip pass to Peters. Peters took it in the short corner, double teamed out to Van Houten. Van Houten being pressured by Dunnick. Finds Haybig. Haybig, good flash by James. James just a little short-armed it. Good hustle for the ball. And that's the same team, should have been called a travel, but the referee saying the Norwell player had a piece of the ball and was standing out of bounds. Will stay on the Canterbury side. 23-15, Canterbury down. Van Houten looking inbound. Watch her come back in for the quick shot. They were right on it. Was Courtney Beer. And a travel that time called on number 3, Elena Rongos, the freshman. A lot of youth out here, only two seniors on the roster for Coach Beckman, as the cupboard is full with young talent here at Canterbury High School. 23-15 is your score still. Shelton. Roller picked up the dribble. Shelton almost left her foot. Pump fake, took to the basket for a little floater, and that one was good. Quinn Shelton with her 4th point. Van Houten, spin dribble, pump back. That's a la Steph Curry. She loves that step back. Good look, but was telegraphed a bit. Tries to go baseline, did not step on the line. And this is where she's open. Coach Thornton's not going to be happy about that one, as they've left Van Houten open again. That's her 5th 3 of the game. Wonder what the record is here at Canterbury Gym. Van Houten is going to push it, whatever it is. Beer for 3, no good. Rebounded by Hearn. Hearn looks to push it up to Van Houten, up to Habig. Habig, look for James there, flashing at the line, but just not demonstrative enough. Habig, left open. Back rim's no good. Rebounded by Van Houten on the tip by James. Habig again, 4-3, same spot. That time, rattles it home. Alexa Habig with her 2nd 3. No 2-point baskets for Canterbury here in this first half. 5 threes for Van Houten and 2 for Habig. Those are your only 2 scorers for the Lady Cavs, as that's got to be a jump ball. Habig and Conrad, that will stay with Norwell. Strong is going to check back in with 2 fouls, along with Alexa Mallory and number 40, Lindy Dial. Also checking in for Canterbury, number 44, Claire Rorick. Number set will be Brittany James, the sophomore. Rorick, one of the only 2 seniors. Dribble drive, kick back out to Sawyer. Has Strunk on the wing. Dribble drive, takes it to the cup, up and good. Nice take by Mackenzie Sawyer. That's her 8th point of the contest, 27-21. Huge collision there. Both girls okay. And they're gonna foul called on number 23. That's a big foul. That's Habig's 3rd. Huge foul. Also the team's 7th. He'll be in the bonus. Van Houten, 4 minutes to go. Her team down by 6. 7 threes, the only scorers for Canterbury. Here's Peters. Looks for a screen, double screen came up. Habig. Good stop and pull up shot from about 5. Banked it in, good. That's the first field goal. Shelton, wrap around it, take that extra step. That'll be a turnover. Rongos checks back in for Habig. Habig will set down. (27-23) is your score. Van Houten works around the screen, leaves it for Peters. Peters does corral, goes top of the, and just lifted up the pivot foot. It's a good move, just got a little too quick for her own good. Turnover, Canterbury, heading back to Norwell. Here's Strunk, 3.5 minutes remaining. In this second quarter, Conrad comes to the scorer's table to check back in. Here's Shelton, she'll pull up. Good from about 10. Quinn Shelton showing her all around game. It's picked off by Strunk and left it, no good, but rebounded by Sawyer. Sawyer finds Shelton. Shelton, triple threat, and great hands by Peters, knocked it away. Here comes Van Houten on the break. Van Houten and split the defense nicely as Sawyer tried to take the charge. But Van Houten wisely dribbled right through the D. 3 ball, no good by Shelton. but rebounded by herself. Here's Sawyer. So set up the defense with her team up by 4. Outstanding look to number 30, Alexa Mallory, for her first bucket. Great spacing by Norwell, and Coach Thornton really running a great offense here for the Lady Knights. Peter goes in the corner to Hearn. Peters. Rongos tries to find Van Houten, spin dribble. Back cut, finds Van Houten. And just couldn't keep her feet. Did get travel called on the 4. 2:12 remaining here in the second. 31-25. Norwell on top. Strong. Canterbury in that man-to-man now. Conrad just inside the 3 ball, no good, rebounded by Rongos. Here comes Van Houten. Coach Beckman wants him to push. Peters has James down low. Right now, Courtney Beer is not worried about defending anyone else but Van Houten, as that's picked off by Dunnick. Dunnick, and the foul called on number 21. Sydney Hearn, that's going to be her 3rd. That's the team's 8th. 1-1 for Madison Dunnick. Dunnick hits the first, 32-25. Second attempt. Back rim's no good, rebounded by Rongos. Had a travel, not called. Here comes Van Houten. Peters. Peters just hasn't been able to eye up that nice look, and left hand can't finish by James. Here comes Norwell and Conrad. Drops it to Beer. Kicks it back out. And Roller with the 3. Kaylee Roller, her first 3 of the second quarter, her second for the game, her 8th point. 35-25. Norwell back up by 10 here with 1:16 remaining in the second quarter. Conrad will pick up her second foul. Just the 4th team foul on Norwell. Playing defense with the feet and not the hands as she'll check out. Don't want to get a cheap one. Her or Strunk to end this second quarter with her squad up by 10. Van Houten comes right back. Peters, no good. Rebounded by Norwell. Here's Sawyer. Sawyer leaves it to Beer. Beer right-handed dribble. Roller feeling it a little bit tonight. Sawyer, nobody picked her up. No good. Rebounded, put back up, and good. Alexa Mallory, the junior, with her 4th point of the contest. Van Houten being guarded by Beer, takes it all the way up, and unlucky bounce. Van Houten was not set back on the court before she grabbed that ball. Coach Thornton was 100% right. Peters being hustled by Sawyer, and nice play by number 21, Sydney Hearn, to get her first field goal. 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, 37-27. Norwell on top. They'll take the last shot here. Roller finds Dunnick, and Peters. That's going to be the 19th foul, so it'll still be a 1-1. Peters first. We'll send Madison Dunnick to the line. Front end of the 1-1 forthcoming. Back rim's no good. Rongos can't corral it, and that's going to be, knocked out off of Norwell. 5.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. 37-27, Van Houten inbounds. No one picked him up. They're going to let her have a free run. Hearn needed to shoot it. Rongos, that will not count, and that's how we'll end the first half. 37-27. Norwell making a statement here, coming into Canterbury and Fort Wayne, Indiana, and having the lead. Would not Canterbury would not be in this without Alexa Habig with 8 points and Mason Van Houten with 5 threes with 17 points there in the first half. So we'll take a short break for this halftime and join you for the third quarter action. Welcome back to Canterbury High School, SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. We do have at halftime Norwell, ranked number 8 in Class 3A, up over the Canterbury Lady Cavs, also 3A, 37-27. High score for Canterbury. The outstanding guard, Mason Van Houten, had 5 3-balls there in the first half with 17 of her team's 27 points. For Norwell's been a balanced scoring effect. Sawyer with 8, Dunnick with 3, Roller with 8, 3 for Conrad, 2 for Strong, 6 for Shelton, and 4 for Mallory. It's an outstanding first half of basketball for Coach Thornton and the Norwell Lady Knights, as they will start on defense with the focus, I'm sure, at halftime on stopping the outstanding junior, number 5, Mason Van Houten. The best guards in the city of Fort Wayne here in the 2014-15 campaign. Peters up top. This time they're going to try to run Van Houten off a screen. Can't get it to her. Peters picks up the dribble, finds Rongos. Rongos and Van Houten collide. Hopefully they're both okay. That's going to be a turnover. Van Houten looks like she's okay. But number 3, Elena Rongos, the freshman, has some blood. Looks like she took a spill and hit her head on the court. That's going to take some medical attention here by the great staff. Tough way to start this second half with the collision with their own teammate Van Houten, and Rongos, the freshman, that's down on the court with their team down 37-27 here at Canterbury High School. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. I am Tim Atkinson, bringing your play-by-play. Jake Atkinson on the camera as the referee double checks Van Houten to make sure she's good to go. It wasn't a head-to-head collision. Seems like the referee's okay with what he's hearing, as Rongos is still down, the freshman. And it's just like she's got a cut there, right there by her headband that she's wearing. I'm sure she'll be okay. But an exciting rest of the week we have here for SummitCitySports.com. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we'll be at Concordia High School for the number 2 ranked Class 4A. Homestead Spartans will take on the Lady Cadets there in the basement at Concordia. If you have not been out to Concordia to watch a basketball game, I highly recommend it. It's quite the environment. They pack them in for the girls' games as well as the boys, of course. But we're looking forward to covering that game. And then Sunday, we'll be at Lawrence North for the IGSCA Volleyball All-Star Classic, where they'll have the junior North-South face-off, then the 1A, 2A seniors, and then the 3A, 4A seniors. Best of 3 sets, 3 matches come out to Lawrence North this Sunday starting at 1 p.m. I'll be out there calling those matches with Jake Atkinson also on the camera. There's the multi-talented Ken Harkenrider, Mr. Athletic Director, getting cleanup duty with the gloves, getting the blood off the floor. What a great host he always is here at Canterbury. We enjoy coming here to cover their soccer squads as well as their girls won back-to-back Class 1A state titles in soccer. Strunk looks for Shelton, down to Conrad. Defense looks a little bit more, that's going to be a travel on Conrad, and the defense looks a little more, what's the word? They're looking a little more energetic on the defensive end of the court. That led to the turnover. Van Houten spaces out the defense. You get a timeout here, and Coach Beckman does get that. Timeout called by the coaching staff. So timeout on the court, 7:19, 37-27. Come out tomorrow, you'll see McLaughlin for Homestead. Outstanding player. She can drop 30 at any given time. Back to this game here. Canterbury just needs to get some help other than Van Houten and Habig on the scoring end. They need to get some help from other players for the Lady Cavs, for Norwell. They just need to keep with that balanced scoring. I mean, Conrad and Strunk, the two low scorers, just 3 for Conrad and 2 for Strunk, but they're up by 10. Those are the 2 best players for Coach Thornton. Van Houten splits the defense, Habig. And nice play by Sydney Hearn. Took it to the basket, put it up for 2, 37-29. Conrad gets it to Strunk. Strunk very patient, skip pass. Dunnick, 3, good. Madison Dunnick, her second 3, and 7th point of the contest. Van Houten pops it to Hearn. Hearn pump fake. Look for the skip pass, no good. And there's Strunk, picks it off, right-handed layup up and good. Casey Strunk with her 4th point, 2nd of the first half, and that's going to be a push on number 14, Madison Dunnick. That will be her first. That's Norwell's first team foul of the half. Habig will look to inbound. Shelton. Look like they have her at the top of this 1-3-1 trap. Peters takes a bump, and that will be an offensive foul called on number 30, Lily Peters. Just got the shoulder lowered a bit, and that cost them the offensive call. 29-42. Norwell on top. Sawyer, Conrad, Strunk, and cross pass. That was beautifully done by Norwell as Conrad cut to the basket, and they found her. Nice job. Conrad's first 2 of the second half. Peters from the short corner, no good. Rebounded by Shelton. Shelton. She took it coast to coast in the first half that time. The ball was loose and knocked away and will go off of Norwell, come to Canterbury. 44-29 is your score. Roller checks in, had 8 big points in that first half for Coach Thornton. Van Houten run the point. Splits the defense. Step back, finds Habig. Van Houten, pass fake, takes it in the lane, dropped it to James. Conrad picks up the loose ball. Here comes Stephanie Conrad. Drops it to Shelton. Shelton puts it up and good. Quinn Shelton with the floater as Coach Beckman has seen enough. Down by 17. He gets a timeout called on the floor. Their second called timeout. 46-29. Norwell in control here at Canterbury. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. I am Tim Atkinson, calling your play-by-play this evening. We'd like our Facebook. For all of our Facebook posts, we're at 260 Sports on Twitter. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, free of charge, of course, for all of our latest highlights and full game video. Of course, we'll be up at South Bend for the Dwenger St. Joe semi-state matchup this Friday. We'll have a cameraman out with Redeemer Radio to be getting that coverage. We'll also be, as I mentioned, at Concordia High School for the Homestead Concordia varsity girls game. 5:10 remaining in the third. 46-29. Norwell Lady Knights on top of the Cavs. Peters, Habig. Habig picks up the dribble, looks for Van Houten. That was tipped by Norwell. Van Houten somehow got past Conrad all the way to the basket, but blocked by Shelton with the right hand. Shelton can push it. Shelton have an outstanding game for Coach Thornton. Looks in the corner for Strong for three. No good. Rebounded by Conrad, and a jump ball. As Claire Rorick, the senior for Canterbury, got a hand on that. (46-29), 4:39. Pass into Conrad, and Conrad just short-armed it. Had a similar out-of-bounds play in the first. They lift Habig all alone on the wing, and she cannot get it to go. Rebounded, but Peters got a hand on it. Kicked it out back, though, to Beer. Beer picked up by Van Houten. 4:19. Pump fake. That is Sawyer. Front rim no good, and out of bounds to Canterbury. Canterbury needs to put a little bit of a run here to get some momentum back on the side of their squad. Van Houten almost triple teamed on that. Peters finds Habig. They need to knock it down. No good. Van Houten can't get the board as Beer brings it down. Beer looks to push. Just under 4 minutes, 17-point lead for the Lady Knights. Sawyer. Beer, back to Sawyer. In the corner, number 40, that's Dial, no good. Rebounded by Roller. Up top, bounce pass to Conrad. Conrad split the defense, put it up with the left hand for the bucket. 48-29, leads ballooned up to 19 points. Good bounce pass, but Hearn could not handle it. Picked up by Norwell. Youth starting to show here for Canterbury. Beer out top. There's Conrad. Kicks it out to Dial. Dial couldn't grab it on that first touch. Sawyer, skip pass, near side. Roller, good. Alexa Roller with her first three of the game. Make it 7 points for her. 51-49. Lady Knights on top. Rorick popped it back to Van Houten. Van Houten gets a screen from Rorick. Three ball by Habig, no good. Peters trying to track it down, does. Peters, floater, rims out, no good. Just unlucky on that bounce. Rebounded by Beer. Beer regains control. Sawyer, Conrad with the right hand up, no good. Rebounded by Rorick. Van Houten looks to push. Her team down by 22. Van Houten's going to go right at the teeth of the defense. Put it up over Conrad. Conrad did get back in bounds to get the piece of that rebound. And takes it coast to coast with the left hand. Takes the bump and good. Claire Rorick called for the foul as Conrad puts it up on the glass. Good. She'll go to the line to shoot 4 to convert the three-point play. That one's good for Conrad. Conrad will take a seat for Coach Thornton, but she's played huge in this third quarter for the Lady Knights, up 54-29. Van Houten taking on the whole squad for the Lady Knights. Hearn from 19, no good. Rebounded by Sawyer. Sawyer looks to push. Beer has Roller skip pass here to the near side. Dial in the corner. Tough turnaround shot, no good by Mallory. Canterbury with possession. Gets 2 screens, does Van Houten, gets a bomb, but can't get it to go. Foul's gonna be called on Lindy Dial. That's going to be Norwell's second team foul. Out of bounds to the Lady Cavs. 54-29, minute and a half remaining. As Sawyer will take a seat. Inbound to Habig. Peters. Van Houten. Beer guarding her, leaves it to Hearn. Hearn. Habig. Habig. Van Houten. Look for a screen from Rourke, couldn't get it. Goes right into the lane with the floater, good. Van Houten, so skilled. Her 19th point of the game. 3-ball by Dial, no good. Looks like she just didn't have control of that ball. That does come out to Norwell. 44 seconds remaining in the third. They're up by 23 points. And Roller in the corner. Beer. Dunnick. Good. Madison Dunnick with her second 3 of the third quarter. 30-second timeout called by Coach Thornton on the made basket. 33 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 57-31 is your score. The Lady Knights have been in control since halftime, up by 10. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. This is Tim Atkinson on the play-by-play. Jake Atkinson on the camera. Happy to be out here once again for our second week of coverage of girls high school basketball in the city of Fort Wayne and the surrounding area. Norwell comes out to press. 1-2-1-1 press for Coach Thornton. Habig looks at inbound to Van Houten. Look for Norwell to trap. And that's what you can't do, is give up the sideline to Van Houten. That's what they did. Nice little pass out to Peters, but she can't knock it down. Rourke puts it up and good. Claire Rourke with her first 2. 57-33. 3-ball by Roller. Front rim's no good. Habig does get the board. Picked up by Roller. Roller got a piece of it. Habig does recover. And that's going to be a travel called on Alexa Habig. Nobody helped her out in the backcourt for Canterbury. Got to be disappointing turnover that time for Coach John Beckman. Not that there's any turnover that's good, but some sting a little bit more than others. 0.4 seconds, remember, in the third. Need a catch and shoot. Roller, no good. And that's the way we'll end the third quarter. 57-33. Norwell on top and in control, up 24 points as we get set for the third quarter. Last 8 minutes here played at Canterbury High School this evening. Coach Beckman goes over some last minute instructions to get his squad ready for this fourth quarter. They will not give up. That is the style of the Canterbury athletic program, as the coaching will continue all the way to the buzzer. On the other end for Norwell, outstanding game they've played from really beginning to end. As Coach Thornton has his team clicking on all cylinders in the early season of this 2015-2016 season. So as we get set for the last 8 minutes of the game, Norwell with a huge lead, 57-33. Canterbury will inbound the ball to start this fourth. Big will inbound to Van Houten. There's that trap by Norwell. And that's going to be a travel as the ball was not out of her hands before she took that step away from her pivot. Turnover for Canterbury will come back to Norwell. Strunk, been held quiet. It's been in foul trouble there in that first half. Nice bounce pass to Conrad. And Conrad strong enough to get it up on the glass, but couldn't get it to go down. You could see the frustration on the senior's face. Peters in the corner. Had Van Houten trying to post up. There's Hearn, Van Houten. Sawyer got caught on the gamble. Peters from 15, no good. Rebounded by Habig, up off glass and good. Alexa Habig, her first 2 of the second half. She has 10. 57-35. Strunk leaves it to Dunnick. Dunnick takes in the lanes. Hearn, nice defense, stood strong, and they're going to get that call on Stephanie Conrad. I believe that's her third. Will be the team's third. That is her third. Habig will look to inbound here to Van Houten. Canterbury will take a full timeout in the second half. They have 1 remaining as they're down 57-35. 7 minutes remaining in the contest. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. An exciting game here. Nip and tuck through the first quarter and a half, and then Norwell pulled away, leading into half, up 37-27. They ended the third quarter 57-33, with Canterbury only scoring 6 points in that third quarter. They held the Mason Van Houten to just 2 there in that third quarter, as she has 19 for the team high for the Lady Cavs. Big will look to inbound. They're going to pull back the press off the timeout, but looks like they'll trap here at half court with Shelton and her length at the top of that. She got a piece of that. Habig got another piece, did Shelton. Van Houten, and Strunk is going to get caught reaching in. That's going to be the team's 4th, her 3rd. So she had 2 early there in the first quarter. Only has 3 now with 6:47 remaining in the game. Gets a pick from Hearn. Van Houten takes a baseline and does step on that baseline before she could get rid of that pass. Turnover, Canterbury. Strong. Running the point. Shelton. Strong. Leaves it. Dunnick. 3-ball is good for Madison Dunnick. That is her 4th 3 of the game. Back up by 25, 60-35 is your score. Van Houten runs it into defense, and we'll have a blocking foul called on Casey Strunk. That will be her 4th. Her 4th foul, team's 5th. Roller will check back in for Strunk. Van Houten out to Habig. Van Houten. Good crossover, goes baseline. Try to get it out to the top of the key, hit the net. Turnover once again by Canterbury. Sawyer, Shelton in the corner. He's had a great game for Coach Thornton. Thornton will launch one. Sawyer will launch one, no good. Rebounded by Canterbury. And number 34, Megan Thomas. Rebounded that time by Dunnick. And here come the Knights. Look at that pass to Conrad, easy lay-in. Stephanie Conrad running the floor. And Madison Dunnick putting it on the numbers for the easy deuce. 62-35. 5.5 remaining in the fourth. Hey Big, try to go crossover on Roller. Roller hit the deck. Hearn, nice back cut by number 34, Megan Thomas. Nice back cut to the basket, and they'll get Dunnick with the foul. That's the team's 6th. They'll be in the 1-and-1 on the next foul on Norwell. First trip to the line for number 34, the sophomore Megan Thomas. Front rim's no good on the first. Courtney Beer will check in for Norwell as Madison Dunnick will have a seat. 5:20 remaining in the game. Second one is good for Megan Thomas. Roller running the point with Strunk, out with foul troubles with the 4. Shelton takes it into the lane and needs to go with the left hand, but she will get a foul called on number 23, Hey Big. That's her 4th, team's 3rd. Shelton hits the first. Quinn Shelton, 3 for 3 from the line. Make it 4 for 4. That's 10 points for Shelton. That's Hey Big. Clock not running. As there it goes. 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Should be about 4:55, but hey. Peters, look for Van Houten. Ball thrown too low, and that one's dribbled off a Norwell foot. That was Conrad. And then we'll stay on the Canterbury side. Strunk will check in and replace Quinn Shelton. He's had an outstanding game. Van Houten. Peters. Van Houten. Picked up by Beer. Hey Big in the corner. And they'll leave Van Houten. You see, normally any other player, Beer would have came off her man, but not that time, as Van Houten was that player. Good pump fake and take to the basket by Roller. No foul called. Beer for 3, no good. And Strong got a hand on it, but knocks it out. .411, 64-38. Strong does get a foul. Let's see who they get it on. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. We're going to get that on Van Houten, her 2nd. The team's 4th. Van Houten's got to be gassed here. She's carried the load for Coach Beckman in his first year. What a player to have, though, in your first year. And she's just a junior. As I've mentioned, just 2 seniors on the floor, and Alexa Habig and Claire Rorick. Strunk knocks him down. Van Houten has Habig at the top of the key. Great defense by Strong. They want an offensive foul on Van Houten, didn't get it. Van Houten, step back 3, no good. And you can see that's the legs just starting to give now, as Van Houten's been all over the court for Canterbury. 66-38. 28-point lead for Norwell, their biggest. Strong's going to leave it to Beer. Beer gives it to Roller. Roller crossover. Kicks it back out to Strong. We got a foul called on Canterbury. That's on Thomas, her first, team's fifth, 3:19. 66-38, inbounds to Strunk. Up and almost put it in, but Strunk will go to the line to shoot a pair. Attacking the cup there at will here as we close out this fourth quarter. Strunk to the line. Front rim's no good. 2 for 3 now from the line. 6 points as Roller takes a seat and gets a big hand as number 4 for Norwell checks in. That's Legan Riles, the sophomore. Timeout, full timeout, 60-second timeout called by Coach Beckman. That should be their final timeout. But this is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. Thank you for subscribing and checking out our YouTube channel for all of our highlight videos and full game clips. Tomorrow night, as I mentioned, we'll be out at Concordia High School for the Homestead Concordia matchup in girls basketball. Norwell in complete control, 67-38, 29-point lead, their biggest of the game. Both teams with 6 team fouls. But not a whole lot Canterbury's going to be able to do to get back in this game. Norwell has played too well. As Coach Thornton now has number 10. Brielle Wilson, the sophomore, checked in. Van Houten gets cut off. Picks it up. Haybig. Skip pass over to Peters. Haybig gets a screen from Peters. Gets another screen. Van Houten as Beer picks her up. That time 3 defenders on Van Houten's side of the court. Peters, 2:30 to go. Van Houten, Haybig in the corner. Skip pass here to Peters, down low. Quick shot off the glass, good for number 34, Megan Thomas. Her 3rd point of the game, 67-40. Dial takes all the way to the cup and fouled by Haybig, I believe. And if it is, that's her 5th. It is 23, Alexa Haybig. She'll have to check out with her 5th team foul. Janesha Robinson, the junior, will check in for Canterbury and replace Haybig, who does foul out. She fouls out with 14 points on the game. 2nd leading scorer behind Van Houten. Van Houten's 19, but only 2 in the first half as Dial can't get the first one to go. Second one forthcoming from Dial. Can't get it rebounded by Norwell. Dial sets back out here to Beer. Dial. Beer. Into the paint. That time Hearn knocked it away. Here comes Van Houten as Dial picks her up. Van Houten, hesitation dribble. Goes the right side and good Mason Van Houten, her first deuce of the fourth quarter. She has 21. Bounce pass to Mallory. Mallory's going to kick it back out to Dial. Dial with the pump fake. Going to go in the corner to Wilson. Wilson's going to get tied up also by the sub, Janisha Robinson, but we will stay on Norwell's side, 67-42. Beer gets a screen from Dial. Wilson, back to Beer, knocked away, and they're going to get a foul called on Wilson. 1:11 remaining, that'll be a 1-and-1. Canterbury will head to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. As Beer sets down from a big ovation, checking in. Is number 42, not on my roster. That's actually Sadie Mann. She's a point guard, 22 on the JV team. But also obviously Courtney Beer's 22 here on varsity, so that's why she has to go with the 42. 67-42, turnover for Norwell. We're under a minute. Norwell plays Northwood on the 21st. That's their next contest. For Canterbury, they will play in the Snyder Classic this weekend against some tough competition from the SAC. Dial, 30 seconds remaining, and they'll try to dribble it out here at Canterbury. Kicks it back out to Dial as they play keep away from Canterbury. Wilson back up top. Rowles, that's Dial. We're at 10 seconds, and that's how we'll end the contest here at Canterbury High School. 67-42. Norwell making another statement here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. For Jake Atkinson, I'm Tim Atkinson. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Hospital. Thanks for checking us out.
Coach Thornton, big statement coming into Fort Wayne once again and beating another quality team. Close game, 10-point game there at half. Van Houten blew you guys up in that first half, but you guys made the adjustment. I think only had 4 there maybe in the second. What was the game plan coming in, and then what was the adjustment you guys made at halftime on her?
Well, we really didn't want to get those wide open looks that they got, and we really just lost track. We had a hard time changing between our man and zone, and we lost her. And you could see us just leaving the ball. We'd have the ball guarded, and sometimes we'd leave it or just not know where she was. And so didn't do a good job on her. But, boy, her step back and just her ability to drive it and then create some space, she's hard to guard. In our 1-3-1, we were able to do a lot better job of getting deflections, mainly because of Quinn's effort starting there in the third quarter, and kind of stretched it out a little bit. Our defensive effort was really good in that third quarter, and that was huge for us. And I think it started, like I said, with Quinn's deflections, and we were able to put some points on the board.
Yeah, her length at the top of that 1-3-1, that trap is huge with her length. There's no question that's an advantage you guys have. Once again, though, Strunk held down, but you got a squad here. This isn't a Strunk or Conrad show. You guys have a full team here for Norwell. How excited are you with the possibility and what you have with this group of juniors and seniors with you this year?
I just love the way they play, and it could be any kid on a given night. You know, tonight we get Kaylee Roller back after 2 games out, and looks like she hadn't missed a beat, you know. Knocks a few down, shares the ball, sees the floor, just knows how to play, and gives us another dimension that we didn't have the first couple games. But, you know, Madison Dunnick, Mackenzie Sawyer,
finds her game a little bit. She's been a little gun shy with missing some shots in that first game. We got to have Kenzie. We've got to have Courtney Beer. We've got to have all these kids, ready to play, and really good team effort. And we can play 9 kids like we did tonight, and that's good to know.
Well, good luck your next game against Northwood on the 21st, and we'll look to see next in the future here.
Yeah, thanks again.
Okay, standing here with the defensive stopper there in the second half at the top of that press zone. Was that the game plan? Once you saw how much Van Houten got going there, Coach went to that 1-3 with you on top of there, and that really made the difference. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the whole game plan the whole time. I don't know. We use that, but we're comfortable with that, the team is, and I think we really work well with that, and that's just like the team itself. It's not any one person on that. I worked off of the wing person, Casey Strunk, and we battle well up there, and I definitely feed off her energy, and she feeds off mine, and I think that's what makes it so great is just our energy that we have as a team and just how well we work together.
Yeah, Stephanie Conrad and Casey Strunk, they were the highly touted girls on your guys' team. But as I was talking to Coach Thornton, you guys are a team. I mean, it's not 1 or 2 players. How excited are you moving into conference season, going to Northwood here in your next game? How positive are your thoughts here looking at your team this year and what you guys could do?
Oh my gosh, I'm so positive with my teammates. I love them all. I mean, there's not one person that you ever think negative about. We're all just great friends, and we hang out outside the court, which is awesome. And just going onto the court as a team like we are, as a sisterhood kind of thing, is awesome. And we play well together, and I think that's what is so different about our team this year is just our love for each other.
You can tell it on the court, the special bond that you girls have. So I appreciate you talking to us. We'll see you. Good luck in the future.
All right, thank you.
Coach Beckman, tough game here tonight against a very talented Norwell team. It seems like they come at you from all different angles. Tell me about what was the game plan coming in trying to defend these shooters?
Well, that's something we talked about. We weren't sure. In the past, we've coached against them. I've coached against them, but I was at another school, and we've had some success with running a 2-3 zone, and we were able to get out and kind of cover their shooters. With this group here, I got a lot of young kids in this group. A lot of these kids, this is new to them. I got freshmen and sophomores playing. So honestly, it's still just it's in the works right now. Just the stuff we work on every week and we're trying to get better at. And that's our approach, is just to get better each game. But that kind of forced us out of our comfort zone. Playing the zone, then we had to match up with them, and they're a matchup nightmare. So, well,
especially with Shelton at the top of that zone with her length and on those traps, just was troublesome. Now, you guys it's not just the Van Houten show. Hey Big is a very good player for you. You got some players around. What's the goal here to get everybody involved? Because Van Houten's a special talent. How do you get those girls involved so they're not watching and they're involved in the game plans?
Well, that's something that we're talking about every day. I think a lot of it last year for these other girls like probably more like Habig and Lily Peters. And we talked early this year. We played up in a tournament last week in Michigan City, and they kind of told me, they were like, we're not used to being guarded like this. Last year they were more just kind of sitting out there in those wings and waiting to get the ball kicked to them. So now they're trying to assume a new role on the team, and again, that's just something that's work. It's getting their confidence, just working on things. When you're guarded tight, what are you going to do, and just working on those things with them.
Well, the first year coming here to Canterbury, you got to be pretty excited with the talent you have, and you're still going to have another year with her as well. But we're not looking forward. You guys still can do some damage here this year. What are you taking out of games like this, playing Norwell? I mean, you guys are independent, so you get to schedule who you want to schedule for the most part. What do you take out of games like this against Norwell, who are very good? What do you take out moving forward?
Again, it's just talking about, we're going to talk about the things that we didn't do well. We didn't rebound well, gave up a lot of second chance points. Our defense had a hard time containing them up top. And just each week, and I told them from the get-go, I said, we knew this coming in. I said, each game, let's just try to get better and better. I would like to be able to stand there and tell them. I told them at halftime tonight, I'd like to tell you it gets easier next game, but it doesn't, because we turn around Saturday and play Northrop and Snyder. So, it's a work in progress, and I just told them, I said, I'm going to keep working hard. You guys keep working hard, keep your heads up, and things will come around.
Well, good luck the rest of this season, Coach. Well, I'm sure Summit City Sports will be out to see you again, so good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Standing here with Mason Van Houten here, had a great first half offensively for you. They came out in the second half, and they went to that 1-3-1-1 trap on you guys with Shelton at the top. It seemed to bother you guys quite a bit. What are you taking out? You're obviously going to be the focal point on most defenses. What are you taking out of games like this against high-level talent like Norwell, moving in game to game to better your game and better your team?
Yeah, we're definitely not focusing on the loss. We knew it'd be tough coming in this season with these tough opponents. Now we're in 3A. So I think coming from this game, we're just looking to build off this. That trapping defense that they played in the half court and even full court sometimes, it was tough. They stopped us from moving the ball. They had their hands high. We just gotta, it's the little things. It's rebounding so we can push the ball so they don't have time to set up in that. It's just no second chance opportunities. It's just little things I think that are gonna lead to big changes. And I think if we do those little things right, it's gonna lead to good things. But coming out, I think we just need to focus on our passing and our rebounding, because if we get the ball swinging, we're gonna get open girls, and that's just what we struggled with tonight, a lot of ball movement.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Now, with the talent that you have around you, but it's youthful, it's very young, so leadership's going to be a big key for you. How do you look at leadership here at Canterbury, and what does Mason need to do for that?
Yeah, I mean, I've had great role models as leaders. I mean, I had Kendall Fincher my freshman year, Darby Maggard and Catherine Smith my sophomore year, and so this year it's kind of on me and even Alexa to lead this team. And I think just watching Darby and Kendall and Catherine lead the team, they lead with positive attitudes, yet they aren't afraid to give constructive criticism to younger players. And I know I fed off that constructive criticism. I mean, how much I've grown from just like my IQ of the game from freshman year till now. I mean, I give that credit to them. So, I mean, I hope I can just lead those younger players. So once Alexa, Lily, and I, once we're gone, they have the same leadership qualities that all of the people in the past have had to keep leading this program in a good direction.
That's awesome. You couldn't say it any better than that. That gave me a little goosebumps actually listening to that. Continuing that trend is what you're talking about, that positive trend on teaching the girls below you the right way to do things. Last question for you. Are you a big Stephen Curry fan? That step back that you like to go to looks an awful like Steph Curry. Do you watch his game? Do you pattern that after that? Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's one of my favorite players. I think it's kind of impossible for any young basketball player to look at. I mean, he's incredible. I mean, you watch his games and you just think like, wow, that's insane. Like, I mean, I feel like there's no other basketball player that's been able to play at that level. He just has a uniqueness about him. And definitely that step back, I've kind of worked that into my game. I used to be afraid to pull it in games, but now I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the ball in my hands some more. And that's definitely a go-to move now. So, yeah, I really like it.
You can see that the comfort level is there with it right now, because you had 5 threes there in the first half. So, great game. Obviously, well, we look forward to seeing you here in the future, and good luck to your squad.
Thank you so much. Thank you.